You can tell that's Twitter. Oh, you want me to do this? Oh, you want me to? You know what? I'm sorry. Let me do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Unpopular Review Entertainment. We are here to review The Challenge, Ride or Die. It just went out. Usually, you're here with Mike Knoxxx, but he took the week off and he said, "Bad guy, can you fill in?" And I said, "Of course I can, because my real ride or die right here, my tag team partner, Captain Shaykespeare.
Right.
How are you?"
I am doing good. I have a lot to say about this episode, but yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I have a lot to say too. Although my internet tried to rob me from doing this show, I am here and I am great. I have some tea. I got this cup from Five Below. It's the guy from Disney. I forget what his name was. I forgot. It was the baby cup.
That's a cute cup, though, I have to say.
Thank you.
What flavor is that tea?
Huh?
What flavor is the tea?
I don't know. I'm so sorry. I wasn't prepared for these hard-hitting questions. But well, I mean, why don't we start off? I mean, they pick up right off where they left off, where Johnny Banana, which I gotta say, like I said, I put my name as the rookie Jack because I don't know any of these people, and obviously there's this long length of history on this show and people coming back, and obviously Johnny, someone who was a 7-time champ, he comes in with Nany. That's like what they call it, Bunani.
Banani. That's what they call them.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So me, I was not very fond of this. Because I'm just not a big Johnny fan, to be honest. So
you're not a fan. Okay.
No, not at all. Never will be. So seeing him really didn't move me. Nany is, she's America's sweetheart. She's always been, sweet Nany. So I mean, it's never bad to see her. But yeah, Johnny is just not my cup of tea. So yeah, seeing them come in, obviously everyone's scared because Johnny's a.
I couldn't help it. As soon as they said that, I could not help.
Johnny is a 8-time champ, I believe.
7. Oh, you talking about Johnny Banana?
Yes.
They said 7. And I heard 7. They kept saying 7. Like that was the big number because even Turbo said, "I respect you 7
Is
times."
there coffee in that tea?
No, it's tea.
Oh, right. So, let me get my sentence out. So, yeah. So for me, I get it why they're very anxious to see him in the game, but at the same time, I would rather they have brought someone else. Like I'm sure there was someone else. Like I guess CT was not available. That's what I'm thinking it was. What do you think of this group?
I don't know these people, so I mean, they made it sound like it was a big deal. They said 7-time champ, so I was saying, oh, that must be a big deal. And they seem the contestants seem like, oh man, we got Johnny Banana here. That's a big deal. So like I said, I don't know these people, but he came off like the fanfare came off like this was a big deal.
Yeah, very much so. So then we get into the house, and I guess Johnny is addressing his past issues with Turbo. Turbo seems to have past issues with everyone because he has a terrible attitude. And I just don't know where it came from because first season that he came on the challenge, I was really a big fan of his. I thought he was, funny and, sweet. I just don't understand what happened between that first season for, I think it was World of Worlds to now. Like, what changed him so much? Because he was so likable, and this season, the minute he came in, was just like a big cloud of like rain and pain. Let me know what you think of Turbo because you seem like you were a very big fan of his.
I was kind of feeling Turbo because in the beginning when I first saw the episode, so this is what I go through. He came off like New York. You know how New York in the beginning, you already knew her because she was already causing some kind of hell. Mm-hmm. So I already took notice of him. It's like if when you're picking up a puppy, right? And you see all the little puppies that are having fun, but there's that one badass puppy and he's just ripping stuff apart and you're like, I kind of want to take that dog. So I already took notice of him. But in this episode, he was definitely unbearable to be around. He sees Banana, he gives him kind of respect. I don't know. I feel like it was later on he started interacting with Nany and stuff like that. But Yeah, he was just like he seemed respectful, but at the same time, it was almost like you're not better than me. And it's funny you say that because they did have a flashback episode with him and I wrote her name down, his partner. No, it was
Nany.
somebody else who won. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Nany. They were talking about him and Nany from when they were
Okay,
part
right.
of War of the Worlds.
And he seemed really likable. And you asked, where did it all go wrong? I think once he grew the beard out, he became just a total jerk, which is not all of us, by the way.
He always had the beard. It was just a little bit thicker this time. I think it was the hair because he didn't have the hair. He had short hair.
Because he looked like he was clean shaved. I didn't mean to talk over, but he looked clean shaved over the, when he was with in the previous episode. So that's why I said, oh, I don't know what it is, but I do ask that same question. I was like, wow, this is the kind of guy you have. You create a, you know, like a villain origin story. He's the guy like almost the pamphlet of that. But that's my thoughts.
Okay, yeah. So then we have them. It kind of has a lot of middle stuff. Michelle is talking a lot. Let me say my thing on Michelle. She kind of freaks me out. She gets a little too intense. Like she's a little too overtly emotional sometimes, and it throws me off. Like I just need her to calm down a bit, Michelle. Like it's a lot. Just calm down a bit. So now we move on to the challenge. And as we find out, Nam and I believe her name was Emmy, because that's how long they were there. I really had to think who were these people's names. So Nam and Emmy, they are DQ'd from the game because Emmy quit. I feel really bad for Nam because this is literally like the third time this has happened to him with a teammate. It's at this point, Nam, it's time to say, let's hang it up. If this keeps happening, it's time to hang it up, babe, because it's not working out for you. This is not the journey for you. You know, he could be a great male model, very good looking guy. That's your avenue, babe, because every time you get a partner, it doesn't matter whether it's an Olympian or whether it's just a regular girl, they will quit and you will be asked out every time. So much respect to you, Nam. You're great.
Yeah, sorry, babe.
Hey, Peace King, what's up? Rick, do you mean my internet or do you mean his? I'm hoping you mean his.
It might be mine because I was going through quite the struggle to be here, but I'm glad to be here. So it might be my internet. So fight my internet, fight Verizon. That's the best I got for you. But I did want to touch real quick though, because this is your girl right here, is Tori. Yeah. You know, like, you know, she was talking about the struggle that she had last year and what it meant to be back here and whatnot. I don't know if you wanted to touch a little bit on it, but I just thought that was definitely powerful, talking about everything. I mean, and there was a lot of powerful stuff in this episode from Nany talking about the passing of her mother and wanting to be here and to prove something. Yeah. And I wanted to touch on these really important subjects because I just thought they were really, really important. From Tori dealing with depression, and I remember depression, and you was writing on there because I don't know the whole story, but you sit here. Let's get it going. The party is here. The party is here. But I thought it was who was I talking about? I said Nany, Tori, and you pointed out on the internet, and you were saying stuff like, I guess last year she was bullied, like she was really, really bullied badly, and it was to the point because obviously words hurt.
Yes.
And how to overcome everything. I just thought that was something that should have been totally highlighted because, wow, because a lot of people don't come out of that tunnel like that. So I just wanted to highlight those things because I thought that was important.
Yep, and you know, for me, I'm glad you brought that up too. I'm really glad. I love Tori. I think she's a sweetheart. People always say, oh, she's too dramatic. So what? That's her personality. She comes off as fake. That's to you. At the end of the day, you can't, you know, come at someone because of how they are. As long as they're not hurting you, which I don't think her being overly dramatic or making a face like is paining anyone. It isn't. And other people are saying, well, she calls, you know, other competitors from previous seasons weak and says that they can't, you know, they're layups. I mean, that's just the name of the game. This is a challenge. this is what has been going on for years. Vets do this. They just talk about rookies as being weaker because they don't know a lot about this game. But then you get people like Horatio and Olivia who are far from weak and they are rookies. But that's like, here and there. Most of the time, that's just what it is. And I just don't think that Tori should be, attacked for these trivial things. If she was actually a terrible person to people, there's not one clip someone could pick up where she was just blatantly attacking and bullying someone on a personal level. It's always game for her. So when people come at her about those things, it's like, let it go. And I definitely will say the cyberbullying went way too far, in my opinion. I feel like there are people way worse than Tori who have done way worse who don't get that type of, attack. So I'm really, really glad that she spoke on it. And I hope that opens the eyes of the people, you know who you are, who cyberbullied that girl, how you did, and brought her to that place where she felt like she needed to have medication to get her mind right. Self-reflect and just tone it down. Seriously. You can, and I'm not saying you can't hold her accountable for when she does things. Obviously, hold people accountable. Oh, yes. But know when you're doing too much. Know when you're doing too much. That's all I have to say. And Nany, I'm so sorry for your loss. Amazing, amazing woman. And I can imagine that pain. And I just hope that she's healing. I mean, her smile is so infectious as well. Like, when she got so happy, I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun. When she got so happy when she won, like, it's even, and I don't even, Johnny is not my favorite person, but him saying
now I know.
Her happiness is so infectious. That is very true. So yeah, I want to say that. Thank you for the bits, Mr. Drama. How are you? You amazing human. How are you? Not just saying tribal chief, right?
No, he cleaned it up. He cleaned it up.
I can't.
He ended up cleaning it up. Look.
Oh, okay, there it is. I was like, what? Since when did you become a part of the Jack Pack community?
I was gonna say I don't even know who this guy is, but I'm gonna take him in. Welcome to the Jack Pack community, Gray. Yeah. But apparently he's not interested. He wants to stay with the Soil Circle, and you're entitled to that. That's great. She's tremendous, and this is her show anyway. I mean, give all the praise to this young lady. But you was talking about the challenge. After your nice little TED talk there. Well, you want to talk about the challenge?
Yes. Okay. So the daily was they had to like center themselves on this balance. I appreciate you showing up. That's all. Like 2 seconds is amazing to me. So they had to like balance themselves on this beam at the same time. But the challenge was they had to get on that beam while it was slip and sliding. They had the men go first. Whatever. So the first people to go is Horatio and Olivia. I love this team. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely the type of person that, I'm loyal to the vets because I know them. I don't know these people, these rookies. Okay, I know Olivia because I am an avid Love Island watcher. So yes, I knew Olivia ahead of time. So just seeing them do so well, and Horatio is literally the most adorable. He's just so adorable. I hope they bring him back every season because he just seems so like genuine and wholesome. Like I've yet to see something from him that comes off like he's, faking or not being genuine. And that's something I look for in, wanting to, be a fan of someone. The genuineness. I want you to be your true authentic self. And I'm not seeing that he's putting on a show. How do you feel about Horatio and Olivia from what you've seen?
Horatio, after that spread that you did there, I just threw up in my mouth. Sorry, babe. Olivia, I gotta say this was a badass challenge, right? So when I first saw it, I said, "Oh, this is," because it gave me that Fear Factor like feel when I saw this. I said, "This is something you would see on Fear Factor." What do I think of them as a pairing? I need to see more of them, but from what I see, like he doesn't seem like a bad dude. He seemed like a genuinely a good dude. I don't really have like something to sit here and say like, man, I really hate this dude or anything. I really don't. I just want to throw up because, oh my god, he's such the cutest thing in the world. Oh my god,
he's so wholesome. I love wholesomeness.
I like whole bread. I don't know if that will even work.
I can't.
But Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Take over. You stole my arm. You stole my arm.
I can't with you. So Horatio, and this is a big deal because TJ does not pop for everybody. Let me tell you that. There's only some people that TJ will pop for. And he popped hard for how just Horatio was like a little angel baby, just slid across there so easy. Like he made it look like it was nothing. And this is the first team. And TJ was just like, he was in love. Like, you know, like he was just like, damn. And I loved that. Like, I was like, yes, like that's the best thing. And Olivia as well did very good. So, you know,
I thought they were going to like, for a moment, I was kind of concerned because they when they slow it down and look like the person's going to fall, but then, what's his name again? I'm sorry. Horatio, right? And the way he's able to, and that takes a lot of strength too. I'm not sure how this all works, but all I know is it takes a lot. You got to be kind of an athlete to be doing all this stuff. So when he holds it and she looks like she's gonna fall, and they pull them together, I was going to say great teamwork, because that's what that was about. That was great teamwork, and that was tremendous. And I feel like, just real quick, just to run it down, because there was really only 3 teams that got this done. Because everything else, I gotta, if I could take the floor real quick for Turbo. This guy is such a show off. This guy immediately comes in. He says, "I got this," and then he does a flip in the water. I immediately go, who the hell does this guy think he is? I said, oh, this is the guy I cheer on. I'm already kind of like, I'm not turned off yet by him. Obviously, it happens later on. But he flips and I said, oh, okay, I kind of like this guy. This guy's saying, I'm action star. I do this. So I'm saying, okay, cool. He's shown that he can do the damn thing. I'm trying to think. Matter of fact, there was a spot. I forget which one said this. One of the contestants said this because his partner was able to climb up the ladder before he can get up there. And the one thing I've learned about Turbo is his ego can easily get crushed, right? So someone said, oh, I wanted to know if his ego is kind of crushed there because his partner was able to do that. And you have this scene where it looked like, oh, he's going to do it. And then I forget who falls. I think it's the girl who falls, right? I don't think he fell.
No, it was the girl, Tamara.
Okay, Tara, yeah. And then there was a montage of all these other people falling. And I said, and not for nothing, this challenge, and I like I said, I like the challenge because it just gave me that fear factor thing. I immediately said, I would say, nah, doing this. Because I can't swim.
Me either. I'm glad you pointed that out as well. There were only a small group of teams that actually made it. I believe it was Olivia, Horatio, Nany, Johnny, and Kenny and Casey. The brother and sister duo.
Yeah, and they came back, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to point out something that Alan from Twitter said. Alan, he pointed out that when Horatio pulled the beam down for her to make it easier for Olivia, that's their team name, but it made it easier for Olivia to get onto the balance beam because he made sure to level it. Only 2 other teams followed that, and that was the other 2 teams that made it on. I'm trying to figure out why all the other teams didn't follow suit. If you saw how easy Horatio and Olivia made it, why wouldn't you also follow suit and bend the thing down so that more of the women could catch on? Those 2 were the only ones to do so. So I'm glad that Alan pointed that out, because I was just like, think.
Well, I think what it is it's so easy to watch it, but when you're in the mood and in the moment and whatever, because you can do that, but also too, I'm sitting there trying to figure out, I think the thing is slippery because you already came in the water, you're trying to adjust. There's a lot of things. I think there was a lot of things against them to do it. I think while it's easy to look and say, oh, let me do this format, sometimes you got to alternate. I don't know. I just think that from looking at it, it's easy. And then when you're in it, you're scrambling.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely agree with that. But yes, as you were going to say, they brought back Casey and Kenny, who initially were taken out for medical reasons. But I guess they were cleared. Now, personally, for this team, I'm not really excited to see them because I feel like there's not a lot of I feel like we could have had a more exciting team, maybe. Just I feel like they're so mellow.
They're blind to you.
Yeah, I don't want to watch someone who's super mellow. I want to watch, someone who's got, energy, bringing something out of me. That's just my personal thought on it. But I'm happy for Nany because she has an extra person for a support system. Even though Nany's one of the sweetest people in the house, so everyone likes her, so she would never need to look for a support because she gets that without trying because of the person that she is. So yeah, we find out that Nany and Bananas win, which is terrifying, seeing as he has the most wins in the game, like in the show history.
Oh, so he's just a winner.
Yeah, and then he comes back and immediately wins his first. That's gotta be very upsetting. Like, if I know that you have the most wins and you're the most dominant person, and then you come in and you're already winning, it's like, damn, I was hoping maybe you lost your step a bit or something. No. But no.
This guy came to play.
Not very
no
much.
games. No games. And it was funny when they won and they do that where you have to pick 4 teams. And I know I'm overstepping something because I wanted to say something earlier because I remember you was talking about the the rookies and the vets and how much that's like a big deal in this kind of game. And I think last week, I don't want to put words in your mouth with you right here, but you felt like with the rookies, like the rookies were teaming up to go against the vets, and you say, oh, that's kind of silly. I kind of thought that was badass because it was like, these guys are so experienced and whatnot, but why don't we try to get these? You rolled your eyes at that. Okay. I just think it's a brilliant idea trying to get the experienced guys out and then try to fight amongst the rookies. But when Johnny came in, my point in saying all this is when Johnny came in, he said, when they were interrogating, and I think it was Raven and Johnny, and he said, yeah, so I felt like he went to a wrestling promo. He said, yeah, so you want to take out the vets, huh? Like almost like this whole like you try to hurt the vets and stuff. I don't know. It caught my attention. I started laughing at Johnny because I said, damn, he really take that serious. Like, what are you, the vet killer? What are you, the vet killers? You're not killing me. And I just wanted to throw that out there.
No, yeah, definitely. I feel like I loved it because honestly, Johnny and Raven, you're full of shit. You just decided to throw Kailah and Salmon because you felt like doing it and being petty. And you were mad that Kailah didn't want to kiss your ass. That's not my problem. So
not mine.
I feel like a lot of the rookies, they saw, the ratio between vets and rookies was more in the rookies' favor. Not thinking about the twist that TJ was going to throw in. This was before the twist. So they thought they was going to pull the okie doke on Kailah. And first and foremost, if you're going to go after a vet or whatever, wouldn't you go after a vet team? Instead, they go after a vet rookie team. So it didn't make sense to me. It wasn't making sense. So they just looked dumb. And I'm glad that they were gagged up the ass when Johnny and Nany came, because they thought, yeah, we got the power. We got the vets out. We got a vet out. We're so great. And another vet team comes in, dummy. Now how you feel? So I'm very, very excited. Like that, the thing, I'm not even a Johnny fan, but I was just so happy to see them get gagged because they thought they was doing something, but you're not doing nothing. You're gonna figure out what's going on next week, though. I can't wait for next week. I'll say that much. I'm sorry, but they got me mad because they really were lying. Like, don't say you're trying to go after vets and you go after a vet rookie team. Like, make the math make sense at this point, because it's 2 + 2, but it's not giving 4. It's giving like 7.
Well, that sounds like bad math.
Yeah, it is.
That sounds very, very dumb.
Yep, very, very dumb, and we're gonna see how dumb it is next week. So, anyways, they ended up picking Horatio, Olivia, Nany, and actually, let's talk about Nany trying to give Turbo some respect.
Absolutely.
Because Mr. Turbo, since the boat, was like, I'm gonna go elimination with all of ya. Yeah, me. So okay. So I guess someone said that to Nany, and Nany, brought that to Turbo. Like, I heard you want to go into elimination. So do you want to go into elimination? Giving him that respect to ask him because they're friends. Turbo, who can't communicate to save his life, takes this as disrespect and makes a whole show of Nany just coming to him as a friend into a whole spectacle. Everyone's watching, including her girlfriend, Casey, who has to de-escalate the situation. And I'm just looking like, Turbo, I've never seen someone self-destruct this badly. Well, actually, no, I did. I saw Daniel from Big Brother, the most recent season, self-destruct his own game. But I feel like Turbo's was even worse because it happened so quickly. How did you feel about that conversation? I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, don't be sorry. First off, this is your show. Don't be sorry. What was I gonna say? It was awkward because I was like, when you see situations and you're like, wow, that could have totally been avoided if said a conversation, said a talk. You pointed out that they're friends. There's this history. Keyword respect. Hey, I'm hearing this conversation that you want to go in there. And
sorry, something went wrong.
Now she wanted to get her words out. Oh goodness.
I know, right?
That's
why I looked up, because I saw the blue lines. I said, oh no. But this could have been totally avoided, and it was so dumb. He's so prideful. Like I said, first time seeing him, I said, oh, I recognize this guy. Or I mean, recognize him meaning I already knew his name and all that stuff, and I was seeing him. But this episode was like, wow, that was so like dumb, dude. You could have totally stayed there. That your ego got in your way, and you say, I don't beg. No one's actually to beg, my friend. People are saying, hey, I'm hearing this chatter, I'm hearing this talk. What do you want to do? Because if you want to go in there, we'll put you in there if you're that confident. But if not, I'm going to protect you because you're my friend. And something that I kept learning throughout this episode, and maybe there was other episodes, but I'm just gonna say for me, for this, because like my third episode I ever watched of the challenge was when the contestants say it's not all physical, it's about socializing, it's about networking, and this homeboy was his own personal island. He was like, nah, you can't be here. So it was dumb. It was, to sum it all up, it was really dumb. It was stupid, and we'll see how that play out later in the episode.
Yeah, so speaking on seeing how it plays out, Nany and Johnny make their decision. They have to put in, I believe, 4 teams. The first ones they pick, Turbo and Tamara, obviously after that. Then they put in Johnny and Raven because they wanted to head the let's get the vets squad. So
let's kill them.
Yes, this is what comes with wanting to be the head of the we hate the vets. When the vets are in control, your ass is going to be sitting in the interrogation room. So then we have, I believe it was Michelle and Jay. And then we also have the last one being
Olivia. It was Olivia and Roberto.
No, I already said.
Oh, you did?
Olivia and Horatio.
What did I say?
You said something very different.
So I think, what was the last one? I believe it was.
I think I didn't get that name. I thought that, okay.
Someone who just like.
It's a but you said Michelle and Jay, right?
I already did say all the names. Forget it then.
Okay.
His name is not Alberto. It is Horatio. Please.
I didn't say that. I said that Horatio.
No, you said Alberto.
I'll look at the replay. I'll look at the replay and be writing you and say you was wrong. Go ahead.
I'll be waiting for you to say, wow, damn, you're right. So they go into the interrogation room. And first we have, I believe it was Johnny and Raven. And they were just copping the plea. Obviously, they're scared to go in. So now it's no longer, we have the power. We hate the vets. Now it's like, no, I don't have nothing against the vets. Like all that scared shit. Don't start if you're scared. I'm sorry. It got me mad.
Very interesting.
Oh, we did that for our game. What game? But anyways, so then we have, I believe it was Horatio and Olivia. And I think that was the most like pleasant back and forth, because Johnny was basically like, listen, you guys are really good. And, you know, we might need someone to take out someone. It's very general.
I feel like, and I mean to cut you off, but I feel like even when they put them in, it was like almost very hard. Explain to my good friend what the challenge is. So now
it's a reality show. They do different challenges. And whoever wins at the end gets a lot of freaking money. And they're trying to be the 5th sport of America.
What?
I hope they stop that. Yeah, but I'll finish what you're saying.
I was gonna say I feel like they really liked Horatio and Olivia, because even when they were putting them in, it was almost like, do we really want to do that? But it was like almost like they were having a hard time to pick them. So when you were saying all that, I just wanted to agree, because it just seemed like they really there was like a respect compared to maybe some of the other people that they had in that room.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I definitely agree. But that also is a testament to the fact of what I said earlier about Horatio being just so genuine. And also Olivia, she's a sweetie as well. So, I mean, that carries. That matters. And then we have, I believe it was...
Johnny and Raven.
Johnny.
Get him.
What? No, wait. What? Get him. Get him again. Get him again. Get him for me. Get him again.
I mean, listen, I don't watch the show enough, but I just thought that was just a badass move. But apparently it was stupid. But carry on. But it was these two. No.
Just like Kailah said, stupid move.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So
but it was
I forgot, Jay and Michelle, and then Michelle like was crying like she was across the table from half her family members crying. Like, I would never do this to you. Or ride or die. Like, it was so dramatic. Like, girl, just say I like you. I would never do this to you and move. Like, why are you crying? Why are you crying?
She wasn't trying to go home. It was brilliant. Even her partner was like, I don't know if those are real tears. Because I don't know. I thought it was brilliant. You kidding me? You know how many times I should have been fired from my job and I shed tears? Brilliant work. Congratulations. I think that was a smart move. Tears will get you will keep you there for a lot longer. Cry. You should have fell on the ground. You know the show's called Ride or Die.
Yeah. And then they spoke to Turbo and Tamara. Or no, they spoke to Turbo. And Tamara was standing on the side like a battered woman. I felt so bad for her. Like
she was under mind control.
I saw somebody do a tweet. They said, blink twice, Tamara. Like, honestly, because even when she wanted to stay back and plead, he's like, come with me, come with me. I was like, I did not like anything about this. I didn't like the Turbo didn't even want to let Nany speak. That's so irritating to me. He has an issue with letting women speak. And that's very annoying to me. Especially from a guy who his first season, Ninja Natalie made you cry for God's sakes. Now all of a sudden you got all this mouth and beef. Stop before we call Ninja back. And I don't want to do that. But I will for the greater good.
You have a number?
No, I don't have
a number. Okay.
I'll just have to climbing. She's always climbing somewhere. We'll find her.
Wow, she's cool.
So Nany basically is like, okay, well, you made my decision easy.
Yeah.
So then we get to the elimination. And obviously, Nany's able to say her piece, and, Turbo can't talk back. That's the rules at this point, because she's explaining this is her speech of putting him in. So
someone even said, or just real quick, someone even just said, good for her because she can finally get her words in, because they seen that. It might have been the same girl from the earlier scene.
Yeah, Laurel. Yep, it was Laurel. And I agree with Laurel. And I just want to say how happy I am. I feel like this is the softest we've ever seen Laurel in a season. And I've always been a fan of Laurel, even when she was tough Laurel. Listen, you have not seen tough Laurel. Tough Laurel is not to be played with. And we will be getting, from what I've heard, we will be getting a visual of that later on in the season. But right now we have soft, cuddly Laurel, who is just, I love her. Like, I feel like she's just one of those people who's misunderstood. And so seeing Nany get that time to speak and say her piece and not be interrupted by Turbo like she had been the entire day, I loved it. I loved it. I was living. I was gagged about it.
I was going to even ask you, how do you think how he felt? He probably had to really grit his teeth, because for a fact he wanted to cut her off every chance she spoke. Like, I don't want to listen because that was his catchphrase. I was probably going to be on the shirt. I don't want to listen to you, which is pretty horrific. That's really disrespectful. But carry on.
Oh my gosh, really?
No, it is. No, you're very passionate about this. There was a lot of yelling on this end. I think this is the most quiet I've been.
Oh my gosh. So they ended up picking Turbo and Tamara to go in. That they're going in no matter what.
Can I just say
what?
I'm sorry, real quick. I'm so sorry. So this is something like, as I'm watching this, I would hate if my partner was a total tool, I'm trying to watch my language here, a total tool, because that girl who did nothing, did absolutely nothing, she has to go down there. She has to go down there. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, I would hate this so much because my partner don't know how to be a partner. This person don't know how to think. And now I'm down there. I mean, I don't know nothing about this girl. I don't know if she's a baby face or a heel. But I'm sitting there going, she probably just sitting there saying, damn it, Turbo. Why turn off the turbo? It's not it don't have to be turbo time all the time. But carry on.
No, I definitely agree with that. I felt so bad for her this entire time. And it's like he cut her chances short because we didn't even get to see a lot of her personality. So it's very unlikely that she'd get a call back because what would they be calling her back for? They don't even know who she is because she's such an aggressive personality that has overtaken her.
I saw her personality. It was the same thing as a light post.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. It was like a lamppost. If you just put that little hat on her head, there you go. That's the personality. She's a lamppost.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's move on to the dagger picking point. Now we have Johnny and Raven. We have Jay and Michelle, and then we have Horatio and Olivia. Whoever picks the safe knife, sword, whatever, they are safe. And they get to pick another team to be safe with them. And whatever team is left is who goes in. Jay and Michelle end up picking Johnny and Raven, to my dismay. And so we have Horatio and Olivia going against Turbo and Tamara.
Yes.
Now, initially, I'm like, okay, this should be very solid even. I didn't know that Turbo was actually going against the entire house.
Right.
I didn't like this aspect, and I feel like this is something that's been kind of like brewing for me to be like, yeah, this is getting a bit too much. But now it's got this is like the tipping point. It was the entire house helping Horatio and Olivia. Now, I feel like Horatio and Olivia, obviously from how they performed in the daily, they are very much capable. So I didn't really like this because now it's always going to be, when you go back to that elimination, oh, we beat Turbo, but there's always going to be a but. And that sucks for them that they're going to always have a but because everyone decided to help them. And so that sucked. And I don't think that should be a thing also. I think it should be fair. You know, like Turbo and Tamara got no help. And I just don't think that's how it should be. So I hope that that's something that they work on in the future. Like maybe put a little bit of, stop or
like a rule. Yeah, no, I get that. You mean like a rule. Like for me, and I think this is what I got out of it as the rookie here watching. What I learned out of here is no one likes Turbo. Really was just Turbo. Really had nothing to do with the girl, the lamppost. I think this is what I learned, and it was just towards the end. I don't know how other seasons were, and I would ask other seasons, it was never like this where it was the whole house against just two individuals, right? Or one individual, right? It was never like that, right? Okay. And I sit here and go, it taught you that, so this game is all mind games, right? If you think it's all physical and stuff like that, you're shorting yourself and you're doing a disservice to yourself. This is mental, it's socializing, it's physical. And these guys and people vote. And the thing too, about these individuals who won, Olivia and I'm just gonna call him H because I feel like I'm gonna butcher his name. But the thing was that they knew we didn't win. They knew. They said at the end, they just wanted Turbo out, and it just taught you. For me, what I got out of it is if you're a dick, and this should be a life lesson for anybody. This should be literally a life lesson. You learn something from a reality show here. If you're a dick, you get that kind of treatment where everybody just want you out, like, oh, we don't want you. We're gonna get you out of here. But yeah, and I can only imagine what Turbo was feeling in that moment where, because at first it was Banana and Nany sitting there saying, no, right there. And I guess the whole house is, because I think the whole house is like, you can do that? And they said, yeah, flip that one over, flip that. And poor Turbo, like, I know everyone hates Turbo. I understand it. I get it. Hashtag Turbo sucks. But poor Turbo, like, it was the whole house. He didn't stand a chance. Turbo, even when he left, he said, I love Turbo at the end. We throw up the W's, baby, right here. That's what the Jack Pack community does, H-Man. Thank you for being here. But As he left, I love that this guy is like a villain. This guy have the villain origin story, and this guy's coming back like freaking Dr. Doom. This guy sat here and said, I will get my revenge. I'm like, what? Who are you? Are you Thanos? What are you talking about? Are you about to beat the Justice League up? So him sitting there going and saying, like, I'm going to have my revenge, and him leaving. And here's the thing, too. When he was leaving, he didn't look back. This man is plotting the greatest revenge story, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on this guy because when he comes back, that house is going to suffer the great Turbo effect. And when Turbo defeats everyone, it's going to be its Turbo time. So that's my 2 cents, and I'm going to leave it at that. Maybe even 3.
That's fair. No, I do agree. Like, he was definitely robbed. And I agree. That would have been funny. This is actually where the term pussy chicken was coined. In his issues with Jordan. He called Jordan, who showed up at the end, a pussy chicken. So he's the original pussy chicken.
I don't know what is happening anymore. I don't know what am I reviewing anymore.
It's on record.
I will be on Twitter looking for that.
So yeah, that really that sucked. Like, you know, honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Turbo this season, but at the same time, I just feel like that's a sucky way to go out because it just wasn't fair. It literally wasn't fair. And also so after Turbo loses and he leaves, we have another return.
Here we go.
Jordan, again, the original pussy chicken with his aggressive mullet. He is here. His partner is supposed to be Anissa, but for some reason they brought him out alone. Why did they bring him out alone? Because they were trying to traumatize Tori because they know that is her ex. Mm-hmm. And I did not like that. And I think, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like his partner is supposed to be Naya. I don't know. Like, because I'm like, him and Anissa, I don't really see them being like huge ride or dies. I've never seen anything to really say they're ride or dies. I feel like they just put, like a lot of the teams, they just put people together.
There's a joke in there, but I'll say that for the wrestling show. But yeah, I mean, like, I didn't know who this guy was. He came out, and then you see Tori's face, all like, and you know, I gotta say, this show sucks because how you try to traumatize this woman who definitely broke down and said, "Hey, last year was rough. I'm taking, like you point out, medication." I understand this is the house will suffer. Yes, they will. Watch Turbo come back. He's going to come out with a thicker mustache. I'll save you the details because I'm going to write a comic on this guy. But
that part.
Unless you're drawing a banana, I'm assuming that because what?
Because they're both.
Oh, they're both jerks too.
Yes, absolutely. Oh. Jordan has won a lot of seasons as well. I forgot his specific number, but he is a heavy hitter. I can't take away his ability. But he's just
a jerk human being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. All right, and that was pretty much. I mean, unless there's something else we missed, but I think that was pretty much the review. I think we hit up the main things, and I think the main things was when you're a dick, you'll get kicked out the house, aka Turbo. And if the show knows that you have some kind of thing that traumatized you in your life, they'll just bring it on the show. That's so yeah, that sucks. But I think this was a fun review. I had fun doing it. Here we go.
So yeah, definitely. So I mean,
we will not highlight that.
Yes, I definitely enjoyed this episode. And I'm gonna enjoy next week's episode so much more. So I definitely can't wait for that. And thank you to everybody that came by to listen to us yell. Well,
mainly you. Mainly you. I was actually the good one tonight.
Well, okay, next time you won't be. Anyways. And so this was very fun, and hopefully next week we see who Jordan's partner will be. Also, they didn't really show them. They brought Nany and Bananas out together, but they brought Jordan out alone. I don't understand what that was about, but we will.
It's a cliffhanger. That's as much as I know. That's a cliffhanger to make you go like. Even though I know you was gonna watch episode 3 anyway.
I didn't get a goodbye. Really?
No, he said good. He's that good guy, Jack. Not goodbye. He's not leaving.
I was like, I don't get a goodbye.
Listen, H-Man has a lot of respect for you. I know that. He's told me. He said, even though Shayna shrinks, she's a really good girl. That's what he told me. Yes.
Loves putting my government out.
So yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. And if you enjoyed tonight, and if you liked what you saw, definitely give us a like, love, and share. And also, I know it is scary to see Jordan alone. I agree, King Cash. So definitely, stop by, give us a follow if you're new as well. And have a good night.
This was fun. Have a good night, folks. Give them. There we go. Night, everybody.
Kailah's revenge.
Wait, where's the outro? Is there an outro here?
No, there isn't an outro. This is crazy. Anyways, Kailah's revenge.